How to apply a coat of varnish to exterior woodwork. Difficulty level 1 hammer. Bad weather, ultraviolet rays, and insect attacks. Your outside woodwork has to put up with a lot. After careful preparation, give it the finishing coat it deserves. Tinted, matte, satin, or gloss, varnish protects your wood while allowing it to breathe. Colorless varnish is only used for restoration. You will need paint stripper, maybe methylated spirits and lightener, sandpaper, discs for an orbital sander, and special insecticide and fungicide treatments, and varnish. You will need a trowel, a wire brush, a stiff bristle brush, a sponge, a bucket, a sanding block, and orbital sander, a paint tray, flat brushes or paint brushes, trestles, and a hand brush. You will also need a dust mask, a pair of rubber gloves, safety goggles, and a paint sprayer's mask. Old paint or varnish. Sanding gently before rubbing with paint stripper will speed up the process. Avoid using paint stripper in windy or sunny weather. It might dry out before having time to work. Stripping. Apply the paint stripper. Wait until the old coat starts to blister. Rub the flat parts of the paint with a trowel and use a wire brush for the gaps until you reach bare wood. Rinse with water or with methylated spirits if your wood has a lot of tannin in it, like oak. Leave to dry. Be careful. The flakes of paint are toxic. You should take them to a waste disposal center for recycling. Once it is dry, sand gently and remove dust. Remove any dark discoloration from the wood using lightener. Old wood stain. Use a brush to remove any loose flakes and sand gently with the grain to obtain a smooth surface. Remove the dust. Bare wood. Sand gently going with the grain. Remove the dust with a brush. Additional protection. Brush on an insecticide or fungicide treatment to add extra protection to bare wood. Treat the stripped woodwork before any dark discoloration develops. Feel free to add a second coat when it is dry to impregnate the wood completely. Stir the varnish thoroughly in the tin. Add a little water to dilate the varnish for the first coat. This will help the varnish soak into the wood. With a stain or flat brush, apply using a crisscross technique. Then smooth it in the direction of the grain. Leave it to dry, following the manufacturer's recommendations. Then sand gently using very fine 240 grit paper. Remove any dust carefully. Apply a second undiluted coat, smoothing it down in the direction of the grain. The more tinted your varnish is, the better it will protect against ultraviolet rays and remain effective longer. This is a beautiful top coat, which forms a protective layer and lasts for years.